Hi, everybody. My name is Sarah, Pearls of Wisdom and Food with Keto. Under 20 today because I know that because it's just the incredible keto pizza. So here I am today. I wish you could smell me. I went to Macy's and they had 15% off all fragrances. And so I got a new Chanel Cocoa. What is it? Cocoa Intense, and it's pink, and it's new, out for about 2 weeks, and I got it. It's going to be my almost every day. I've got another one that I love, and I have to replenish that soon. It's in a black bottle. It's the Cocoa Noir, and so yeah, I can't see how much I have left. So anyway, this is kind of like more for spring and everything else. It's pink and it's girly, and that's me. So anyway, here I am, and here you are, and I'm so glad you're here because today I have an interesting topic, and it's for everybody here, and we all have our little areas, and so I thought I would bring up insanity. Insanity. And you know the definition of insanity. It's doing the same thing over and over and over again and thinking it'll turn out okay. Now, I know there's a lot of fringe people out there that kind of sort of do keto, want to do keto, keep eating things that aren't keto, and then they're gaining back their weight. And I hate to see that happen. It's so hard to get the momentum after you've lost it, you know, and people that have lost it have a lot of reasons and things that like keep them from really getting honest with themselves and getting back on track. And it's insane. I don't know how they think they're going to lose the weight, especially if you're older. You know, I work with a lot of women over 50, all the way up to 70 mostly. And you know, it's getting that juju back. And at one point they might have had the juju and they're trying desperately to get it back. And it's so hard. A lot of us live with people that are not keto, and we have to learn how to squint. We have to want to do keto more than we want to keep gaining weight. It is so simple. It's scary simple. And so what will we do about that? You know, there are so many different channels that offer, you know, the help and please try this. And it didn't work for me. And when they share their stories, you'll hear it. But the resistance of making a change, and I'm beginning to, I kind of wonder if it's an older person's handicap, in the sense of they are just so fatigued. They have DF, diet fatigue, and they just don't have it in them to just plug in and do it. Now, mostly here, my videos are all about basics, and you know that about me. You can watch other people and get a couple of levels up, where they start adding, you know, different weights, and they start making keto fancy things. Sorry, it's daytime, and so when it's daytime, phone calls come in. So anyway, this is a little hunk that just seems to want to curl out, and just it wants to be my friend. It's looking for attention. It's a narcissistic curl. So anyway, you know, it's like lifeboats are sent out to people, and maybe you've been the need of a lifeboat. Maybe sometimes you've offered a lifeboat, not just for like a food plan, a diet, an exercise, motivation, whatever, you know, cleaning up clutter, vacuuming the house. I mean, we all sometimes need a hand, and it's the yabat. And so, of course, because this is a keto channel and we're talking about getting on track with keto, there are a lot of yeah buts. I live with all these non-keto people. Right now I only get paid, once a month, and so I couldn't buy the keto food is way too expensive. And there's a lot of yeah buts that keep people from just doing what really they need to do, especially if you've got an older metabolism and you did it before and you were successful before. Come back. Please come back. Give it a chance. And when I watch younger people that make podcasts, of course they're attracting the younger crowd, and it kind of tickles you. If you're older like me and you have some guilty pleasure time, read the comments of the people watching the podcast, because it's like, well, I gave it a week, and another one of my favorite ones is like, well, I've only lost 20 pounds and I started keto 4 weeks ago. I'm sorry. You lost how much? Ugh. You lost how much 4 weeks ago in the last 4 weeks, and you're ready to give it up? 20 pounds? Do you know what 20 pounds is like? That is absolutely awesome. 20 pounds in a month and you're ready to give it up because you didn't lose anything last week? And then that kicks in the scale thing, right? Especially if you've lost a little bit of weight. And so you start getting into the scale thing because you just want to keep that momentum going. And I have to keep jumping on the scale and seeing how much I've lost. Slow it down. Slow it down. Keto is an inside job and an outside job. Inside, when that scale doesn't say anything, I ask you to think about what it's doing to your insides. How old are you? I'm 67. How many years was I in the forest of grains and carbs and sugars and crap and just eating like a pig at the trough? Because that's what I was. I was a pig at the trough. And so I just had no clue, right? And I always thought that size and weight were destiny. I used to tell people that I had big bones and that, like, what is that? Is that like, 50 to 75 pounds of the extra weight that you're carrying from like being at a normal BMI or weight? And I have these teeny tiny little girl wrists. And it's funny because I inherited from a great aunt a little girl piece of jewelry, and it fits, so no. I mean, no. I used to tell people I was big boned. Probably I was doing this with my shirts, and it's just like we want to believe so desperately that we are a snowflake. We're unique and we can't lose, and this is our lot in life, and I guess I'm just destined to be, a fat grandmother. And it's like, but then there's that other little voice that says, no, you don't have to be, And so I, thank God, I decided to go with the no, you don't need to be. And so, I mean, Weight Watcher was in my brain. That's how I started this last time. That doesn't count with the times that I can do it myself. I first belonged to Spark People, and I had a free tracking thing. And so I could do my, my low-cal food plan, and on my own, I put together my little foods and things like that. But I'm not counting that. I'm counting my Weight Watcher trial. And I did it, I don't know, after 3 months, I think I hit 147, and it never changed. No matter how many dollars I kept sending them for my online tracker. I went to one meeting face to face, and that was it for me. I decided I could do it just with the help of the tracker and joining a lot of Facebook Weight Watcher pages. And besides, there's all this food that you can buy that is, you can buy all this food that, is Weight Watcher friendly. So I could eat the standard American diet just so I could have the grains and the sugars, just smaller portions. And, but The real serious thing was doing keto. And you really have to buck up and grow up, because you're basically putting together your menus, unless you belong to Diet Doctor, and that's $9 a month, and they give you these plans, right? And there's other places where you can get your plans for each day. And so you have to learn what works for you. When I was still having 2 meals a day, I found what worked for me was a very high fat first meal of the day. So I had my bulletproof coffee at like 3 in the morning. And then at noon, I always had like two scrambled eggs, some sausage or bacon, and cheese. So it was always very, very, very high fat, moderate protein, but no greens. And, I did that for a long, long time. And then I'd have the pretty big salad and the portion of meat, and sometimes the asparagus on the side. And then with only 1 tablespoon of half Evu and half macadamia nut, because I was having that extra meal that was high fat. So that ate into my calories for the day, even though now I have 2 bulletproof coffees. And somebody said, well, how can you have those 2? Aren't they wouldn't that be like 1,100 calories? And it's like, no, mine are like 275. They're a tablespoon of brain octane, a tablespoon of butter, and a tablespoon of heavy whipping cream, and 8 ounces of an almond milk, which is like 25 calories. So it's 275 calories for each one. So that's 550 calories. And so then when I sit down to my meal, I've got like 800 or 900 calories that I can spend on my OMAD. So I do an OMAD at like 3 in the afternoon, usually no later than 4. And especially on the nights that I work, we have it at 3. So tonight is the incredible keto pizza from the Eat Rich and Live Long book. It's got the blue cheese, it's got the goat cheese, it's got the Monterey Jack cheese, it's got the cream cheese, it's got the mozzarella cheese. It's like, yum. And I put pepperoni on that as well, and arugula. And Cindy, one of the pickles here, sent me some arugula sprouts. And so I will snip these and put them on the pizza when it comes out of the oven. And if that doesn't sound divine to you, well, then don't come. See if I care. Don't come to dinner. And so insanity is thinking, you don't even have to pay for keto, right? There is so much information out there. Yeah, there's books and guides and, coaching services like mine. But you don't have to pay for it. You can listen to the best of the best doctors and nutritionists that believe in the keto lifestyle and learn how to do it. You don't have to fork out $20, $30 a month just to be able to do it. You can if you want, but but you have to be invested in yourself, right? Insanity is thinking, I can do this on my own. I don't need to weigh. I don't need to measure. I don't need to track. Okay. And so what's your plan B after you do this for a week? You get frustrated. You get on the scale. It says you've gained a pound. You thought you should at least lose 10 because you've been so good. And of course, there's no track record of if you've been good or not, right? You didn't track. You didn't write it down. There's no, you have no idea of the amounts because you weren't weighing and measuring. Aren't you going to be frustrated? And if you're not invested in you, what is it that you do? Well, how do we punish ourselves the best that we can do? Self-sabotage eating. Come on, raise your hand. I can raise 2 because I've done it so much. And so that's how we keep the self-loathing going. We sabotage ourselves. We say, see, it didn't work anyway. And then we go merrily back into the standard American diet, put on another 10, and say, that I'm still watching keto podcasts. So maybe, I don't know, maybe I need to go back to that. Maybe I am allergic to that wheat, and maybe I'm allergic to those sugars, and maybe my weight gain is definitely related to them. When listen to Sarah and she talks about older metabolisms. Yeah, older metabolisms don't process, don't digest wheat like it used to. And it's not wheat like it used to be. This is going to make me insane. That's why if you don't see any more podcasts after today, you know that that made me insane. Look at it. It's just, it's like a cowlick, but it starts 7 inches down. So don't be insane. It's not going to be different, no matter how much you want it to be different. It's kind of like you need to do this. You need to just clear the deck of your habits, of your eating habits, and just start at bare bones keto under 20. How do I begin? I don't know. If you're not tracking, I don't know how to tell you how to begin. I mean, by the 3rd day of having scrambled eggs and bacon, you're going to say, well, yeah, now what do I do? I don't know. I don't know. That's why I track and weigh and measure. So by the 3rd day of having eggs and bacon, because I know that those are 0 carb, that, you know, there's got to be something after that. Yeah, there does. You know, I mean, I slowly worked my keto food plan from 2 meals and 1 bulletproof coffee to 1 meal and 2 bulletproof coffees. That's just me. I'm fat adapted and I fat fast. And those 2 bulletproof coffees carry me through till 3 in the afternoon. I think older people thrive on fat. I think we do. I think it's good for the skin. It's great for the brain. I think it's great for the digestion. And I think it prevents an awful lot of things. When I have coconut oil, it's my Alzheimer's prevention medicine. I don't want that. You know, so I have coconut oil every day. I have olive oil every day. I have butter every day. I have brain octane every day. Those are the staples. I'm on a high fat, moderate protein, low to very low carb food plan. I've been on maintenance for 18 months now, 19 months, and it's working. And it continues to work. And I love it. And if suddenly I woke up tomorrow and I was 5 pounds heavier, well, there's got to be a reason for it because I weigh and measure everything. I track everything. I eat the same things every week. Something is up. And so after I throw the scale out and buy another scale, then I'll see. But you know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm not eliminating things on the grounds of the victory of hitting maintenance. Maintenance is even, I'm not going to say even, that's not fair. Maintenance is just as intense to maintain as losing the weight to get there. I think the last 5 pounds is probably the most difficult of any food plan. And if, you know, can I have an amen to that one? Because that's how it goes for us. You know, we reach that 5 more to go, and that's when we start getting frustrated, we start getting slippery, we start getting lazy, right? So, track, measure, trust the process. Do not be a scale jumper. Put it away. Decide what your weigh-in weekly will be. What day is that? And act accordingly. If you wake up feeling skinny, great. But don't hop on the scale because something might not be in your favor, and then it starts that cycle. And what's the topic today? Insanity. Have a relationship with the scale on a daily basis and you will know insanity. Now, that'll get you. So I'm so happy you were here. I'm so happy that you choose not to be insane today. And at least, you know, when you hear some of my structure and discipline and all that annoying stuff that, like, you know, people, you know, find like it's a fault in me, but keep tuning in, that's a go figure. But you know what? It works. And that keeps me sane. It's like certain things keep me sane. Certain things can make me insane. Can we say technical? Yeah, we can say technical. So I'm happy to be here. I don't want to be insane. Insane is not a fun place to be. I used to be insane when I was not doing a food plan as wonderful as keto. and I kept thinking things would be different. Like, oh, I don't know, tonight I won't have dessert. And then, like, your hubris says, hey, I gave up dessert for one night. And then you hop on the scale the next day, like it should be a 7-pound loss. I mean, there are insane moments before you get to keto, before you start to slow down, become fat adapted, be satiated with the high fat content of your food plan, give up the cravings and the triggers, and just slow it down and build in what your rotation of your foods are, and get used to the wonderful savory foods of keto and look forward to them. I have the sort of meal plan that I look so forward to, like the pizza today, like the big green egg with the ribeye steak tomorrow. I'm not having, like, excuse my word, shitty meals. Every single meal is like not elaborate, but it certainly is exactly what I want. So every week I get to look forward to like what I'm having 7 nights a week, because that's how my keto rotation is. There's nothing I don't want to have in my rotation. I'm not doing it because I'm supposed to be, and it's supposed to be good for you. You know, like when I have salmon or when I have swordfish, it's like a delight. It is wonderful. When I have ribeye, it's wonderful. When I have a keto pizza, yes, same thing. A pork chop cooked in coconut oil, delicious. A grass-fed burger, love it. I get so excited. I get excited about my salad. Like when I put the I don't have them every day, but when I do, I saute my almonds in in butter, and then put them on my salad along with the salad dressings, along with the feta 365 from Whole Foods cheese that I cut from a cheese block. Oh yes, it's wonderful. I look forward to my foods, and I hope you look forward to your foods too. Thank you so much for watching. This has been Sarah in a non-insane day talking about insanity. Because in my insane moments that I used to have, I was so cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, I couldn't have slowed down long enough to say I was insane. I just acted and was insane. But much better on keto. Much better. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you the next time. Bye-bye for now.